And my camera's busted again. Usual professional start to my stream. Welcome everybody. Give me a moment while I get this stupid thing fixed. I hate technology. Why is technology so rubbish? I mean, never mind. We're here. Can you hear me? Am I here? Are we good? Yes. I should upgrade my Dreamweaver. Should have technology that works and stays in the same setting it was the last time I used it. That would be nice. Never happened like that in the 80s, did it? Computers did what they were told back then. Dear, never mind. How are we? It is Saturday and we are back. We are back with the retro stream where we are currently playing the most amazing and the most vicious and pretty much unfair game I think I've ever played, which is Frontier First Encounters, a game that tries its hardest to get you not to play it. Now, the eagle-eyed of you will have noticed already that I am, look at that, trimmed for speed. I have had a haircut. I am very, very happy man. I achieved a thing yesterday of which I am the anticipation was great. I had a haircut. It was glorious. It was. I can't remember feeling so glad to have had my haircut in my entire life, actually. I think it was getting so annoying. And now I feel like the years have fallen away and I'm fresh faced and fancy free and ready to go and probably about 2 pounds lighter. So it's all very good. So I'm looking good. So I'm definitely trimmed for speed. I'm aerodynamically efficient and all sorts of things. So good vibes. Okay, things are going to be going well today, I feel. It says with a due sense of trepidation. But anyway, never mind. Lovely to see you all on the retro stream, the Saturday retro stream on Saturday afternoons. Which in the olden days, I suppose we'd have been watching black and white. Who remembers black and white Buck Rogers? No, was it Buck Rogers? No, Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon, I'm thinking of. I think pretty much that was a feature of Saturday afternoons when I was a kid back in the 70s. Black and white versions, presumably syndicated reruns of Flash Gordon, the original ones. I think it was Saturday, maybe it was Saturday mornings. I can't remember. Probably Saturday mornings, actually, thinking about it. And it had this amazing way. Well, all the spaceships, of course, were hanging on bits of strings, and they're firing fireworks at each other, which was obviously quite amusing special effects for those days. And then they would land. I just remember the landing, because the landing of the spaceship, they would always spiral around in a circle when they landed, which presumably because that was limitations of the string. Special effects. So there we go. So yes. And the other thing, partnered. Yes. So thank you. Well, thank you to all of you, I guess. I'm not quite sure what the criteria is for becoming a Twitch partner. To be honest, I know it sounds a little bit self-effacing, but I'd completely forgotten about it. On Twitch, when you start streaming, you get these little awards. It's very gamey. You've streamed for an hour. Well done! You've achieved streaming gaming for an hour. You go, click. Okay, fantastic. I've ticked that off. And then after a while, there's a sort of getting started criteria where you've streamed for 10 hours and you've done 2 streams and survived. That allows you to go, yeah, you're getting started, okay? And then you go up, and then there's a thing called affiliate where I don't know what you're allowed to do, but anyway, it's relatively challenging. You've got to stream twice a week or something like that. And then there's another one right at the top, which is partner, where you've got to stream for hours and do lots of content and stuff and have so many people watching. And then there's that's it. I think it stops at that point. And then there's apply for partner button, and I must have clicked it. And I just clicked it and it went, well done, you've applied. And it kind of like, oh, so okay, is that the end of it then? And I totally forgotten about it. And I think it was Tuesday this week, I got an email out of the blue saying, congratulations, you're a Twitch partner. So I don't know quite what the criteria are for becoming a Twitch partner, but whatever they are, I have managed them. So, and I think that's down to you guys. So thank you very much. So I don't know if does Twitch actually kind of watch some of your streams and go, yes, that's exactly the kind of guy we want to be a partner? Because if they do, I'm quite surprised, to be honest. Here's a guy who just spends all of his time getting off topic and not actually playing any games. And just generally chucking at the camera and making fun of the people in this chat. So obviously that's what Twitch is after for. They're looking for middle-aged white guys who are 50 plus playing ancient computer games not very well. That's clearly quality content. Affiliate gives you custom emotes, channel points, and people can sub in it. Okay, I've definitely noticed things like that happening. So that's good. So I'm probably the only Twitch partner on the entirety of Twitch who doesn't actually know what any of this stuff means. That's the problem with all these points. Everything gives you points nowadays. And I was having this conversation with my son a little while. So this is definitely waffle. So apologies for this. I was having this conversation with my son, who is 17 going on 18. And he's quite knowledgeable about stuff, obviously, because he's young and he's into this. And I said, well, yeah, all these points. Okay, so I've got points on Twitch, and I get points on YouTube, and I get points on Amazon, and I get points on Reddit, and I get points here and points there. Can I actually do anything with these points? And he said, no, Dad, they're internet points. You can't do anything with them. So I said, what's the point of getting internet points then? I mean, I'm kind of, in my head, I suppose I'm thinking that they're sort of Tesco club card points, and I might be able to get a free Mars bar every 6 months or something like that. But no, apparently you don't even get that. Internet points are of apparently no use whatsoever, other than it's a little badge to say you've got lots of them. So I'm kind of going, okay. But yes, so I have achieved Twitch partner is great. So thank you very much, guys, for supporting me and getting to this amazing accolade, of which is a thing. So I have done a thing, so that's good. And Discord, I don't know. Do you get? I don't know if you get to. Discord is one of those things I sort of dabble with. I haven't really understood that very. Every single one of these platforms has a very arcane way of doing things. Okay, which I struggle to learn because there's so many of the wretched damn thing. To try and win the internet. So is there a competition to get as many internet points as possible? Then you just win. What do you win when you win the internet? Channels can set up rewards. People can spend channel points on. You can set them up to do stuff to the stream, or it can just be a request for the stream. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm going to have to spend the day, actually, I think, reading about what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I must admit, I go onto lots of other Twitch channels every so often, and they've got I don't know, they've got stuff at the top of the screen which is rotating, and they've got things popping up, and I haven't got any of that. It's literally just me waffling in the corner of the screen. I managed to get, I've got a green screen and a decent camera, and I managed to get that working. I was quite impressed with myself, but I haven't got any widgets on my screen other than the chat widget, which I quite like. Otherwise, there would be no, I wouldn't be talking to you guys. So, did I win Twitch? I don't think I won any Twitch share. I don't think so. You win the knowledge that you spent entirely too much time on the internet. That, I think, is probably the answer. So, but I was hoping for a free Mars bar every 6 months. So there we go. JR1988 says, I am the #1 FE2 streamer. Well, of course, I'm not anymore because I've stopped, but I was. So somebody else could pick up that accolade if they wish. But I am going for the top FFE streamer. I haven't got that email yet. We haven't achieved it yet. So there we go. Never mind. I'll redesign the control. We're not supposed to be talking about Elite Dangerous, but I did try that exploration update one Thursday, and I was quite disappointed. I'm sad to say. I was hoping for more, but there we go. Winning the internet, is it like a Ready Player One sequel? Yes, the top FFE streamer. So I don't know if I've got any competition. I haven't looked up, but I suspect not. But there we go. Anyway, so getting back to the game, Frontier Elite 2, not Frontier Elite 2, Frontier First Encounters. We were about to go on a killing spree, weren't we? Trying desperately to assassinate somebody. A lady, I don't know, is it a lady or is it a bloke? I kind of had it in my head it was a lady, but it's somebody called Dentara Rast. Dentara sounds like a sort of lady's name, sort of space lady's name. Who's the leader of the Valhallan Liberation Army on Valhalla in the Tiliala system, which is where we are now. Okay, we're going to get 50,000 credits for killing this person. I don't know if it's a woman or not, actually. Does anybody know? Dentara. So anyway, the idea is we got to assassinate her. Now, our track record of assassinating people in these games is not great. Well, I think we managed it once. And we got the police of half the galaxy after us. So that's probably going to be happening again. Yes. Not to be confused with the Liberation Army over Halla Splitters. I wonder if there is. I bet that's the sort of thing that actually is in this game. Dear, it might as well just be a ship. Good day, folks. Space ladies. I don't know. She might be a space lady. Dentara. Let's assume for the sake of gameplay that she is a space lady. Miss. It doesn't say Ms. Dentara Rast, but anyway. So we've got to kill her at. And this very, 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 very precise. Okay, 13:32. Not just an hour, not just a minute, but down to the second. Okay, 13:32 and 40 seconds. Yeah. Commander Ariok, I think a lady. The news feeds do reference her. Okay, if it ends with A, it must be a lady. Yeah, I tend to. If it ends with a sort of, with an uplifting vowel like that, it tends to be a woman, doesn't it? So okay, so it probably is a woman, basically on the news feed. So anyway, we've got to kill her. Hey, we're just a gun for hire, so I don't know whether this lady is a good lady or a bad lady, but it's kind of indifferent to us because we're just a space dude who wants to earn cash by killing people, which is kind of where we are at the moment. Now, we were having a bit of trouble last week because we've arrived a little bit early. It's the 15th of November, and we can't go down to the planet's surface because the problem with that will be that, and while I'm talking, I might get time moving on. Because if you get down there too early, you spook the contact. Okay. Attention! Energy bomb failure due to lack of servicing. This game is so mean.
Hello.
Oh,
nice
hello.
To see you.
Yes.
Take your time looking around.
Well, I've got to get some repairs to my energy bomb. Thank you very much, sir. Repair energy bomb. I suppose I ought to have a deluxe service then, really, because there we go. Right. Otherwise our ship will fall apart. So so we were trying to pass the time of day outside the space station when a ship came across and started attacking us. Now that would be generally okay. We can cope with that. But it was right next door to the space station. And I kind of assume that if somebody attacks you near the space station, it's supposed to be like a safe zone. But anyway, it's okay for the NPCs to attack you. The police don't give two hoots about your safety anywhere near the space station. No, the NPC is more than welcome to come down and destroy you, or attempt to. But having been under attack, dare you fire back on the NPC that's threatening you in sister space? Because of course, what happens is, first off, you get a "Yay, well done, dude" from the Elite Pilots Federation, who gives you like a measly 50 credits for shooting down this known pirate. But because you open fire in the safe zone of the space station, suddenly you're enemy numero uno number one, and the police then swarm out and kill you, which is what happened at the end of last stream. So the game not only penalises you and tries to kill you in a safe zone, but it actually penalises you for defending yourself. And one of the things we did discover is that the police have actually learnt how to fly in the last 50 years. So in Frontier Elite 2, the police couldn't get out of the space station at all. They would just keep disintegrating and blowing each other up. However, in Frontier First Encounters, they not only can get out, well, at least some of them can get out of the space stations, but they could actually aim, and they actually hit me, ultimately destroy me. So, so the police are now a little bit more dangerous than they were. So hence I'm fast-forwarding time inside the space station to avoid getting pirated by an NPC who's breaking the law but the police don't care about. I think that's a summary of the situation. So it's now the 25th of November, and we're getting close to, what date do I have to go for? The 3rd, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We always do our killing after lunch, which is very sensible. So I'm going to fast forward it to sort of the 1st or 2nd of November. What crimes against me? Yes, all right. Self-defense is a crime punishable death. Well, that's. I mean, we know it gets very harsh in the Elite Dangerous universe. That's another 50 years on from here. It's pretty harsh here, to be honest. But at this point in time, loitering is not yet a crime. Okay, that only becomes a capital offence 50 years on from there. So legality and law and the rule of law in the Elite universe is most peculiar because very, very minor misdemeanors result in instant death with no trial at all. You don't get the opportunity to explain yourself. I ran out of fuel just as I was trying to land and drifted onto the other chap's landing pad. Sorry, you're dead. Death is the only answer to that misdemeanor. Seems a bit harsh, officer. I'm sorry, that's the law. But you're going out and assassinating and murdering people. That's okay as long as you don't get caught. Remember, the station people in these videos don't like it. Oh, that's right. Yes, I suppose that's right. I've obviously blotted my copybook because there's one particular guy on one of these space stations who really doesn't like me at all. Better save. Let's do that save, because we've just spent all that time getting ourselves to a point. Right, so let's get down to the surface. It's now the 1st of December. Okay, so this is an early Christmas present for Dentara Rast. It's going to be a beam laser up the nose. Commander Jailer. I have some sympathy for that. Less paperwork. Let's just dispose of justice quite. It's quite frontiery justice, isn't it? But it's just a little bit unbalanced. Now we've got to go to Lowing. Let's get that UI out of the way. Which is actually on the surface of Valhalla. Oh, look. This UI is so bad. Apparently this is, somebody said on one of my comments, this zoom thing, the reason it jumps in like that is a double click. It interprets a double click as a zoom. So I've got to be a bit careful like that. There's Lowing there. So let's set our destination down there. Now, it's actually the 1st of December, so it's not going to take us very long to get down. I think I'll wait another day, actually. And then we'll go down on the morning of the 3rd. Let's wait another couple of days. If it doesn't work, I can go back to that save that I just did. So it's going to be the morning of the 3rd that we go down there. Judge Dreadstyle, yes, I am the law. At least they don't make you sample DNA. No, I must admit, although to be honest, I don't know if you saw my Elite Dangerous stream on Thursday. I was quite good at that scanning thing. I was quite pleased with myself. Actually, even the community managers on the Elite stream, I watched it afterwards, and they weren't getting it, and I was. So I've obviously got skills, and I basically put that down to playing an awful lot of Manic Miner when I was on my Spectrum. That ability to time your jumps when the creatures are moving around and click on and get the timing right. Yeah, that's 8-bit skill gaming, that is. So I actually had an advantage because I watched Obsidian Ant's video where he was trying it. He got it wrong, and I actually got it right the first time out. So I don't like it. I think it's stupid, but I was good at it. Right, it is the 3rd of December. Let's go down and do some murdering. Because it's Saturday afternoon, and that's what you do, right? Anybody watching this stream who doesn't aware of the context, please be aware that this is a game. I don't condone the murdering of innocent, or even semi unknown personages in the name of thing, but that's what this game is all about: assassination, murdering. So there we go. Right, let's get ourselves out of here. Ah dear. I'm really good at getting back from the inner ring to the outer one again. Yeah. Ah dear. They are going to have to change that, I'm sure. Right, door open. Oh, we're sort of flying. Oh, that's because I've got the rear view screen. Well, that was quite good. I had the rear view screen out, and we were looking at the rear, which sort of makes sense, doesn't it? Right, so let's go down to the surface. And off we go. A little bit of eye candy as we leave. Look, there's the very wacky space station. With 2 of those bulk carriers around, actually, which is always good. Now, this is actually a fast little ship, which has been hacked I'm afraid, because this game is virtually impossible to complete without a hacked ship. Which is a bit of a shame, actually. So we've got this sort of fighter ship which has some sort of TARDIS-like internals to allow us to carry other things. We've got missiles and all sorts of things on here. So it's all good fun. Right, so there we go. Twitch partner Drew endorsing murder and violence. I know, isn't it outrageous? Family values that Twitch obviously wants us to uphold. And Stephen Usher's here. Yay, good to see you, Stephen. Fantastic. Even in the Commander Terakov, even in the ED burning stations, an explosion can play onto a pad that's not yours, and then you get a loitering. Just imagine that. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you. Get on board the ship, quick. No, you're on the wrong pad, sir. Sorry. It's like, surely there must be a toggle to switch those things on and off. It's okay. The space bad guys. Yes. Oh, they are. Yeah. Okay. So this lady that we're going to assassinate, Dentara Rast, is definitely a bad person. Okay. We that's our justification. We have checked very carefully because the guy at the last place where we got the mission said she was bad. So obviously she's bad, right? It's not an eagle. This is I think it's a kestrel. Is it a kestrel fighter? Somebody will know. Well, I suppose I can actually look it up. How do I do that again? Where's the mouse gone? There it is. Oh, I've just turned the autopilot off, I think. There we go. Turn the autopilot back on. Otherwise, we'll crash. Okay, our target's going to be in a Tiger Trader. What ship are we flying? It's a Falcon Attack Fighter. There we are. That's what it is. Which sounds like the sort of thing that we should be using for assassination missions, doesn't it? With a 4 megawatt beam laser on board. Right. Okay. So. I don't want to hyperspace. Let's get down to the planet's surface. We'll just do it on fast forward. Why is it? Oh, it's lost its autopilot lock. Because I clicked on the wrong thing again. There we go. That's where we're going. Go there. And engage. There we go. So, and we got a nicely tessellated landscape there. It's not. I mean, for 1995, I still think the graphics don't look too bad. It's just the low resolution that really hurts it. So I should probably speed it up actually, because you know what this game's like. Oh no, it's actually worked. Okay, so here we are, and we get the blue Danube, of course. Here we come, ready to land on those pads. Oh, this is a space station with 4 pads, and we're coming down on pad 4 by the look of it. And there's a nice little city over there doing its thing. There's not much else here. Some mountains in the background, which is quite cool. There's a sort of industrial thing that's burning off what presumably is some sort of gas. I don't know why they would be doing that. Nice little bit of MIDI music there, just to get us in the mood. Right, let's get down to the surface. Okay, so here we go. We're down now. It's only believe it, actually, it only took us 18 minutes of game time. So I'm going to save the game here, just in case this doesn't work. Because what we've got to do is we've got to take off a little bit before the target. Wait for the target to appear. Now we could actually just have a look around, because it's possible her ship is already here. Let's just have a quick look, see if there's any. I mean, look at the size of everything. Look at the size of the landing pads. I know some of the ships in this game are very big. There's actually a runway there. What looks to be possibly even an animated runway. There is another ship over there. What ship is it? Is there a way for me to identify it? Have I got a targety thing? Is that? Okay, no, that's me. What's that one? Oh, it's a Tiger Trader. Okay, let's turn the labels on. BT 730. That is the right ship. Okay, that's the right ship, I think. So that's actually our target. Yeah, look, Tiger Trader BT 730. Okay. Now, I wonder. Presumably she's not on the ship at the moment. So if we try and destroy the ship at this point, then then it won't work. We'll fail the mission. So we have to wait till the time happens, I think. Can I just energy bomb it? I don't know. We should try that out maybe. But I think we're going to have to wait until the ship takes off. So we do now know where the ship is. So it doesn't take off until 1332 and 40 seconds. The 40 seconds is very important. So let's fast forward time a bit. Slow down a bit. 9, 10. And we need to take off maybe 30 seconds before. Okay, so we're getting there now. Let's just slow down time again a bit. 13:32 and 40 seconds. Okay. It's not at all suspicious that we're sitting here on the pad waiting for her. And we're in a ship with camouflage colours. Yes, space camouflage is definitely green and black. It doesn't look like we're plotting anything, does it? Right, 13:32. Okay, here we go. So it's 13, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's go to 13:32. 30:31. Right, here we go. Okay, so it's about 2 minutes. I'm going to save it again there just in case, right? Because we're almost certain to screw this up, or rather, should I say, I am mostly certain to screw this up. Right. So 13:32. Right, it's 2 minutes to go. No, this is proper old school tension. This is right. So let's just a little bit more. 13:32. I'm going to take off at about 13:32 and 10 seconds, which is about now. So let's go. Right, launch request. Okay, we're up. Undercarriage. Right. So what we need to do, and it's going to be a pain with these mouse controls. I'm going to gently thrust away from the ship, and then what we should see. Hopefully now she should be taking off any moment now. There she goes. Okay. Oh, maybe not. Oh yes, there she goes. Okay, right. I've got to try and yes! I did it! Other than the piracy and murder and the fine. I think I got away with that. Now, presumably the police are going to be... Yes, there's loads of police down there, so this is a bad thing. We just assassinated Dentara Rast. Woohoo! Right, let's get the heck out of Dodge. Where have I got to get to, by the way? And return to Akinar. Okay, we need to get to Akinar then. Oops. What was that explosion? Was that me? I need to plot a hyperspace jump. I should have. That was bad bit of flying. I should have plotted that before we went. But hey, fuel required 1 ton. Let's get out of Dodge. Boom! Yes. Right. So we did it. We got away. Presumably there's now a big price on our head. Anyway, now we need to get to. There's D-Zone Elysian. Did I jump in the wrong direction? Where am I going? Where am I going? I don't know. Where the hell is the Empire? I just literally did. Oh, there we go. It's over that direction. Okay, so I kind of went the wrong way, but never mind. Let's just jump across. Fortunately, again, we've got a ship that can cope with this. And there's Akinar. Right, let's dump quite a lot of radioactive stuff here because that's a pain. Wonderful can't be dumped. I've just got a fine here as well. It's all going well. What's that noise? Oh. How does unlawful dumping work? Is there a ship out there that's looking for you or something? I don't know how it works. Anyway, let's get back to Achenar. Because we need to get back to Achenar 6 and then some place in orbit around Achenar 6. I think with all the fines, I don't think I'll have made a profit on this particular assassination. But hey, it's all part of the story. This is what's happening. This is what we're trying to do. Right, so pay 52,000 fine. Oops. So I hope I have succeeded in the mission, but it's kind of gone financially. It hasn't been a great deal. Shall we say? Well, interesting enough, there seems to be some sort of hyperlight transport, front faster than light fine communication system across all these worlds. Because it doesn't matter, you can't outrun the speed of a fine in Frontier, in these Frontier games. You're not allowed to transmit price information between systems, but fines, definitely not a problem at all. So anyway, let's see. You sent the radioactives into a degraded orbit that 100,000 years will wipe out the inhabitants. You monster! You got a 3k fine per radioactive you dumped. Yes. Oh, did you see that space? Was that Achenar 6? So I don't know. I must admit, I don't know. The fines do seem to be linked. The speed of fines in Elite Frontier First Encounters is a thing. Anyway, right. Well done. We've already heard of your success and paid in full. So that presumably is our reward for killing Dentara Rast. Awesome. There you go. Attaboy. You made a 2,000 credit loss on your ship journey, but never mind, eh? So.
Welcome, Commander. The servants of the Empire are yours.
Faster than fines travel possible. Better save. Yes, I suppose I had. Good point. So that was there we go. We've assassinated Dentara Rast. Poor lady. I don't know what she did wrong, but she was obviously a very bad woman. And she's had her comeuppance. Okay. So that's that message. Now I believe. Now the next thing, of course, is. Are the newspapers? I need to actually go and buy a newspaper now. I've run out of newspaper. You get a certain number of free ones, but I've now got to go to the bulletin board, I think.
Welcome to the Imperial Link. Feel free to choose any service.
The Imperial Link. So there we go. Subscription off of that. Buy one issue. So buy a year's subscription for 12. Well, that price. Let's just buy. Well, we didn't need 10 years because there actually aren't 10 years worth of articles. There's only 3, so I only need to buy a 2 years subscription. Okay, so that's that. Are there other ones? So actually, this is annoying. I can't actually buy the other newspapers. That's a bit of an odd thing. Is it, if I want a subscription to the other newspapers, I can't actually buy them here, which is. It's just a bit annoying. All I've got is random intergalactic gossip, which is probably the least useful. Okay, so this is actually possibly vaguely connected. Well, those of you who took an advice and took ship for the fascinating system of Tiliala, which is where we were, have reaped your due reward. The bad guys are on their way out. The good guys are moving in with all guns blazing, as good guys always do at times like this. And there will be tantalum around for those who helped make it possible. The one swamp beetle in the ointment is the presence of a large number of ships from the Imperial 7th Protectorate and Federation Colonial Fleet who just happen to be hanging about waiting to see which side's going to win. At the moment it seems to be about even. The politicos of the Valhallan Liberation Front, meanwhile, are offering a truce and returning the keys to the seat of the government. They want the security forces in chains as well. So this actually is slightly out of date. Rumour has it that Dentara is being called back from the Wild Hunt and will fly over to the neighbouring world of democracy to meet the diplomats, and I hope that a change of environment might cool the tempers a bit. That's not going to work now because somebody's killed her. Yeah, so I would have just made the prices free. 22 credits for 2 years when I've already got like 1,000 something crazy credits in the bank is a bit silly. But I can't buy, so it seems, I can't buy the newspapers. The only one that's offering there is Rig, so which is in fact twice, which isn't very helpful. So I'm going to have to fly somewhere else in order to get the other newspapers. It's just like it doesn't make any sense at all, does it? Yeah. So this is a digital newspaper. Yes, but you can only buy it from this station over here. Why is that then? Reasons, sir. Reasons. Oh, okay. Reason. No idea. So let's. I want to read the newspaper. That's the whole point of doing this thing. I want to read the newspapers. Let's. Let's go to another space station. What have we got here? Macmillan Terminal. Let's go there. Oh, we've gone too far. Oh no, it's around conversion, isn't it? There we go. Let's fly over to this place, and see if they've got any digital newspapers over there for sale. Because obviously it's tough when you can't buy digital products when you want them. Okay, so launch, speed up time a bit, and engage the thingy, and do the thingy, and do the thingy, and dock. And can we buy a newspaper here?
Greetings from the Imperial High Command. We welcome you to our station.
Excellent. Right.
Welcome to the Imperial Station Link. Please choose your service and wait connection.
I'm sure that was the same guy. Right, so Rig subscription offers, wanted computers. I can't buy that, Richard. I can't buy the newspaper. Oh dear. Does anybody know how I go about buying the? Oh dear. Well, you can understand not being able to get the Federal Times and Imperial systems, not being able to get the Imperial. Yes, maybe it's a bug. If they're concerned about the environmental impact of digital paper on the virtual trees. Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to read the newspapers, do you? The game is obviously, yeah, I'm convinced this game is actually evil. It's actually cursed. It's deliberately nasty. It's like, okay, you want to read the newspapers, do you? Having completed the mission. Yeah, you thought that was going to be easy, didn't you, Drew? No. You've got to go and find somewhere where you can buy the newspapers from. Am I going to tell you where those newspapers can be bought from? Am I, heck? Stop trying to look behind the curtain, Drew. That wasn't the same guy. So, not only am I supposed to be famous in the newspapers at this point, but I can't get hold of a copy of the damn newspapers. So, all I can suggest for the time being is we do another little bit of trading run and see if we can go somewhere, get the mission board to update a bit so we can buy the newspapers. I mean, every stage of this game, it's just like, nope, not going to make that easy. Oddly enough, completing the missions has been the easiest part of the game, relatively, I have to say. Actually getting the game to actually just allow you to play the game, no, that's much harder. I mean, Octurus is exactly right. Killing Dentara Rast, assassinating a ship and blowing it out of space, dead easy. Buying a newspaper? No. That's really, really, really tricky. Right. let's go to VacQuest. What do they want over here? It was something like slaves and stuff, wasn't it? Let's go back to our normal. Like, take some liquor there and bring some slaves back. That's the way to do it. So I'm not going to jettison my military fuel. No, that would be very silly. I'm going to sell it. We only need a couple of tons. In fact, we only need 1 ton. Well, let's take 2 just for safety. Let us take a bunch of liquor. There we go. Because I need the cash to pay the fines that I keep getting. Achenar not selling the Imperial propaganda doesn't seem it doesn't, does it? Can't buy a newspaper. So what we're saying here is you can't buy a digital copy of a newspaper. It's not allowed. It's just not for sale.
Welcome to the Imperial.
Yeah. See, look, you can get the random intergalactic gossip, and that's it. I'm guessing these ships, these missions, kind of generate semi-randomly, but it's kind of annoying that buying the newspapers isn't always there. Not enough Twitch points. That's why I haven't got enough internet points. So how many internet points? Well, you haven't been on Twitter enough, sir. You need to collect some random unknown currency that I'm not going to tell you what it is in order to get this newspaper. Right, so let's go to VacQuest. Let's do a bit of trading while we're waiting for the game to allow us to actually see the fruits of our labours. Oh dear, it is a bit painful. Oh, I mean, who parked that right outside the station? I know, we're going to stick a spaceship right outside the entrance bay. That's a really good idea. There we go. Right, we're here. Let's jettison that. We've still got our liquor, which is good. Let's get to... we might have all sorts of fun and games, of course, trying to get to... This has only got 1 space station, this place, hasn't it? I remember this. Biggs Hollow. That's it. So we might have a bit of fun and games getting here because pirates will try and steal our liquor, because that's what happens. So I'll save it there. Right. So we've actually this is not Dentara anymore because we've killed her. We're just wanting to buy a newspaper that says so. So let's go onwards. What should we call this? I know. I'm going to call it partner because I am. There we go. P for partner. Where's that gone? There it is. Right, so that worked. Right, so what's the expectation that pirates are going to come down? Oh, surprise, surprise. Right, now I was told that I don't need to do anything here. But no, the autopilot's still on, so do I just switch that off? There we go. That's the engines off, isn't it? And I can use my thrusters. Where's the ship? Oh, there it is. At least it was. Oh, there it is up there. Oh, there it is. It's far away now. Okay. Oh, that was easy. There we go. If I'd crashed into that ship, kaboom! Yeah, you wouldn't have known what would happen, would you? Okay, your engines auto switch off at close range only. Okay, so that was you, Commander. Thanks for the tip there. That's quite useful. Oh, only the 1 pirate today. Well, that's always nice. Excellent. If that guy was just carrying the newspapers. Boom. Right. Can I get a newspaper from Dickens Base? Is the question. Let's just check the stock. Let's just check the bulletin board for. Well, you got to go here anyway. Right. Can I buy Federal Times? Oh look, I'm in the Empire, so I can buy the Federal Times. Let's get that while we're here. There we go. Right. Thank you for taking a subscription to the Federal Times. Not a problem. Frontier News subscription. This is better. There we go. Right. Universal Scientist. Yeah, they're all here. This is interesting. The only one I can't get is the Imperial one because but it appears that there's nobody who wants some liquor, which is a shame. No. I can go and play my part in the Imperial Navy, but we did that before. Bulletin board, right. So, no, not the
Welcome.
What am I doing? Stock market. Sell the liquor. Yay. Right, let's go and buy a ton of military fuel. And we want to take slaves back, of course. Have I still got the cargo bay life support? Let's just double check that.
Welcome to the Imperial Shipyards. Feel free to ask one of the service personnel if you require assistance.
Presumably that was an apprentice frontier employee. He's probably like my age now. Wonder if he's still about. By self-censorship, buying Imperial news in the Imperial system, don't be ridiculous. The Imperial Herald is propaganda for others. So maybe Commander Ariok's right. It's propaganda for others. So I need to go somewhere else in order to buy the Imperial Herald. I don't know. So let's try and solve. Yeah, repairs and service. Well, no, I don't want that. What I want is, have I got?
Hi there.
Hello.
Come in and look around. Take anything you like for a test run.
Okay. Have I got cargo bay life support? No, apparently not. I thought I'd put that in. I'm going to have to sell a ton of slaves in order to put. Okay, I checked that. I'm going to have to sell a ton of slaves in order to put the
Welcome, Commander.
cargo bay
Relax,
life
enjoy
support.
your
I must have taken that off. Oh no, it says I've already fitted it. Oh, I have already fitted it, so I can go and buy it back. See, I'm very, very good at this game. Which I can tell. What I should have done, of course, is go here, which tells me that I've got cargo bay life support. Right, so at the moment, now, is there anything in the newspaper? Let's go back. Okay, so I haven't got a subscription to the Imperial Herald because for some strange reason I can't buy one. Let's have a look at the Federal. Right. So, in spite of Pan-Galactic arms embargo, right, the warring factions on Valhalla have clashed once again following the death in detention of Dentara Rast. So this Rast family seems to be very, very political. Leader of the banned opposition party, the Valhallan Liberation Front. Sympathisers smuggled a series of letters, the Rast papers, out of militia headquarters. Okay, some sort of civil. Right. Okay, the leader of the freedom fighters, Dentara Rast. Now we know something about Dentara Rast, don't we, my friends? Is said to be personally heading an attack on Check-in's domestic residents, and report states that the war will not end until one of the two at least is dead. Well, might have an update. Okay, so we've got ourselves embroiled in a civil war. That's excellent news. All right, so what does the Frontier News say about anything? War has resumed. Okay, so this is a big deal. Okay, after the death and detention of Dentara Rast, rebels have mounted series of raids, arms embargo, overthrow of the dictatorship is inevitable. The only question is whether the Liberation Front will have time to establish rational systems of government without necessary outside interference. Dentara Rast, leader of the VLA, is to fly to democracy in the next few days to take part in a series of meetings with a group of AIS diplomats who are experienced in the process of planetary negotiation. We hope to report a truce in our next update. I think we may have had a small impact on this story. just a gut feeling. That's that one, sorry. And the Universal Scientist is still talking about Thyroids, which is kind of the background story that's going on. So, yeah, motherships and stuff. Now, this is interesting, actually. This one... now, this is interesting, actually. For those of you who are watching this with a kind of, what the hell are we doing here? Aren't we supposed to be doing something dangerous, ultimately? Now, this links up. Okay, this is an interesting article. The Thyroids were first reported in human space. So this is a Thyroid origin story. It's not the only one in the canon of Elite, but it is one of the key ones, okay? And it's unclear whether this has been retconned or not. The Thyroids were first reported in human space by Lens Nikon. brother of Power of single reflex cannon. Lens Nikon. Super. So that's what I like about this. Dear. It's tongue-in-cheek written. It's very good. Lens Nikon. That's quite good, actually. Supervisor of Planet's Unlimited Terraformation Project on New Africa. Okay, now there's New Africa. In a system called Veliers. Okay, Veliers. -23 is where it is. Now, Veliers exists in Frontier Elite 2 and Frontier First Encounters, but if you go searching for it in Elite Dangerous, you'll be surprised to discover it doesn't exist. Ooh. They appeared in large numbers following the initial stages of planetary alteration. Initially, only the Thargons were seen. Those are the small little ones. Flying in linear formation, i.e. in a line, I assume, at a steady distance from the planet's unlimited fleet. Right, okay, so basically humans and Thargoids are in the same area of space in the Velier system. Okay. It was only after the instigation of oxygenation that a mothership was observed from a distance and no hostile action was reported. Okay, so we went into Veliers, humans. We went to try and terraform a planet in the Velier system. The Thargoids came along, investigating. No weapons fire at this point. We started oxygenating the atmosphere as part of the terraforming project. No hostile action was reported until one of the fleet commanders, i.e. us humans, ordered his defence wing to melt them down. There followed the complete destruction of all Thargoid ships in the area, including the mothership. 48 hours later, the entire planet's unlimited fleet experienced a missed jump and were met by around 30 Thargoid motherships with an encircling fleet of Thargons. Only 2 survivors returned, both unscathed, and neither made coherent reports, though it seems likely the 2 may have been the only humanoids to have seen a living Thargoid and survived. Reports of the debriefing at the therapy centre on Eta Cassiopeia suggest the Thargoids made several attempts to open negotiations, but were fired upon at each juncture. The exact details will never be known, but the first shots were undoubtedly fired and the Thargoid war started in earnest. Hostilities continued for the next century and a half, with neither side making sane communication with the other. Or did they? In our next report, we examine the issue of interspecies communication. So this is the first article that actually basically says humans fired on the Thargoids first. So there you go. Now you know. Right, where are we, by the way? Completely forgotten what we're doing. We're still in the quest. Let's go back to Achenar. With our slaves on board, see if we can buy a newspaper. And let's jettison some radioactives. And let's get to Achenar. There we go. Now, in case you were wondering, where has the space tea gone? Now, my wife is actually out at the moment. Now, I did ask one of my sons to, would you it'd be at all possible, my young apprentice, to make me a cup of tea? And he said, yeah, no problem, Dad. Straight after I've had my lunch, which is about an hour ago. So, I fear the space tea may not be arriving. As you know, teenage sons are exceptionally reliable and always do what they're told. Or am I being unfair? Maybe it's going to arrive. Maybe he's watching the stream and going, oh shit. If you are watching the stream, son, hello! And yes, I would like a cup of tea. Ah, dear. And you know the saying, shoot first, then shoot second, and third. Yeah. Commanders firing first is the norm. Thank you for the follow there, by the way. Rapaptor. Commander Corrigendum has posted the full series of the Thardoids. With the Thardoids. Oh, the Thyroid, I see, right. Truth and fiction articles on Reddit. Yeah, so they're all available there if you want to read them. They first appear in-game here. Space Tea is from the same shop of the space newspapers. This is definitely the problem, isn't it? By the newspaper. Rapaptor, what emulator am I using to run this game on? Right, strictly speaking, this isn't an emulator. What I'm running here is a binary recompile of the original source code, so it runs directly on modern 64-bit operating systems. So, it might be a 32-bit executable thinking about it, because it ran on earlier versions of Windows. But yeah, so basically it's the original game binaries, which were DOS, but recompiled so that they run natively on 32-bit and 64-bit operating systems. How that's done is beyond my capability to explain. There are a few people on the stream who might be able to tell you. Text him. I'm going to do that. What are we still about? I've got my phone. I'm going to text him. He's probably gone out by now, to be honest. I'm going to go, cup of tea. It's my cup of tea. There you go, I've texted him. That's where I get a coffee instead. Can I have space coffee? Well, I suppose you can have space coffee. That's not right, though, is it? Right, there we go. Right, we're docked. Let's see what he says. There we go. A couple of text has been sent. Right. Let's go and check the bulletin board in case anybody wants some slaves, because you never know. Universal Scientist subscription offer. Slaves! Hey, well, at least we'll make some money on the trip. That's good. Imperial Navy. Still can't buy... It's the hardest part of this game so far. It's been trying to buy a newspaper. Right, anyway, we'll make a whole stack load of money selling slaves, because that's a thing, isn't it? I have a response on the Space Tea update. Okay, just coming. Sorry, me and Mum had to get some bits. Okay, so there we go. It's delayed, but it's on its way. It's all awesome stuff. Right. Right, so anyway, we made some money on some slaves.
Welcome to the Imperial High Command.
Excellent.
All services are monitored to ensure legitimacy.
All services are monitored. Okay. Americans drink space coffee. Yes, I certainly can't claim to be an American, I'm afraid. That tea in the time of a pandemic. Yes, that's exactly right. Drew Wagar, I have found references to Archangel Elite in Elite Dangerous, and I'm not sure what to make of it. Okay, well that's interesting. Now Archangel was a specialist rank above Elite. In, I believe I'm quite right in saying, the Elite Plus version of Elite, which was back in the day. Which you got for killing Thyroids, as I recall. It's not so much a rank higher than Elite; it was sort of an accolade alongside it, I think. But that's what that's basically what Archangel was. Now, if there's a reference to it in Elite Dangerous, maybe it implies something to do with dealing with the Thyroids or something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So is Archangel in Odyssey there? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. They were talking about ranks beyond Elite, and they were calling it Elite Plus, weren't they? Which I thought was a dreadful idea, because Elite, the definition of Elite is you're the best of the best of the best. So Elite Plus is like, as I think I said on the forum, it's like those annoying kids in the playground who used to go Infinity +1. It's like, no, you don't understand what the word infinity means. And it was, you couldn't explain it to them because they'd punch you, so Right, so we are still on a quest at the moment to buy a newspaper. Now, just so you're kind of wondering, the next mission doesn't take place until February. So we've got a little bit of time Although it's the 19th of January now, and we still haven't found a newspaper. Shall we try and go into in federal space and see? Maybe we need to check out Commander Ariok's theory that the Imperial Herald is actually not for the consumption of Imperial citizens. Celestial Warrior, that's who I am. Yes, I got that. If everyone is elite, then no one is, says Stephen Usher. Yes, well, that's true. That is very true. I think it should be a rank reserved for retro gamers who happen to be Twitch partners. I think those are the only people who deserve to be elite. Don't you? Don't you agree? Anyway, let's buy a little bit of military fuel. Let's go up to some federal systems and see. Well, this is another stupid thing. I mean, you're allowed to buy military fuel in Akanar, okay? And presumably the engineers at Akanar are aware that the byproduct of using military fuel is radioactive waste. So you can buy fuel for your drive, but the output of your fuel, i.e. the radioactive waste, no, we don't cater for that at all. No. The big book 5 says, I'm elitier than you. There needs to be a proper founder rank. Now that would be a good thing. Oh, hello. Oh, there is tea. Ah, that teenage son has come good. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I have tea. I am your father as well. Very good mug. Top tip on the text message there. Well done, whoever that was. I like the ironic mug though. That's my son's sense of humour. Good stuff. Right. So where are we? What am I doing? We're going into the Federation to buy an Imperial newspaper. There we are. That's what we're going to do. So let's see if we can buy a newspaper. Exciting gameplay brought to you by Frontier First Encounters. The quest to buy a newspaper. So let's get ourselves into federal space. Is this a federation? Is this a federal system? Okay, there's a new version of Universal Scientist. Sirius. You can't be serious. I think here probably is, except it's uninhabited, so that's no good to us at all. Let's go to Sol. Why not? It's safe. Now, obviously, being good Imperials, we shall dump some radioactive waste in the Sol system as a sort of thank you to the Federation. No space news. No, there doesn't seem to be a way to buy the newspapers in space. Actually, no. Or is there? No, there isn't. I just got myself another fine. Did I pick up a fine for dumping radioactive waste? It doesn't say I got a fine, but it appears that I do have a fine. So annoying. Oh well, there we go. These drives are a bit of a pain. There must be a corner shop somewhere. There should be, shouldn't there? Let's go. Where haven't we been in Sol? Must be a nice space station we haven't been. Let's go to Saturn. Let's go to Titan City. We've definitely been to. Let's go to Columbus. I don't think we've been to Columbus in orbit around Jupiter. There. Let's go to Jupiter. Oops, no, on the zoom out. There it is. I think it was Io, wasn't it? There it is. Columbus Space Station, orbit around Io. Off we go. See if we can buy a newspaper. You can't find any corner shops in space on account of a lack of corners. This is a very, very good point. Are those from the unlawful weapon firing and murder? It could be. I mean, but what's a bit of unlawful weapon firing and murder between friends? I mean, come on. And it's not like we're loitering, is it? It's not that bad. Ah dear. Right, cost us four credits to land here. Right, can we buy?
Welcome, Commander. Make the most of your visit to federal territory.
You need to. You just need to have a little bit of a brush with that hair, fella. Right, bulletin board. Can I buy?
Welcome to the Federal Relay. Feel free to browse at will.
He does not look happy to have been part of the full motion footage, does he? Rig subscription offer. Alien artifacts. Nerve gas. No. Can we buy this? Oh dear. Dishevelled federal businessman here. I mean, any suggestions on where I can buy a copy of the? It's really, really hard to get hold of. Right, we should be in the newspaper there by now. The Imperial Herald seems to have gone bankrupt. Right, there we go. Oh, look, we are here. Okay. The recent assassination. Okay, we're famous again. We're in the newspapers. The recent assassination of Dentara Rast, military leader of the Valhallian Liberation Army, has sparked renewed fighting. Oops. In the civil war zones of the planet. Rast's entire entourage withdrew from the peace talks in order to attend a state funeral in her home on the city of Austin Starport. There wasn't much of the body left because we vaporised it, of course. And let it be known that through neutral intermediaries that they hold the Valhallian Democratic Peace Party, or at least the remnants of the same, responsible for the murder of their leader. Ooh, that's good. Oh, you get the 10k fine each jurisdiction for killing Dentara Rast. Okay, that's probably why I've got so many fined. Active members of the VLA are said to be rearming. Okay, so actually I've made the situation quite a lot worse. Rearming from stockpiles hidden at the last cessation of hostilities, and they apparently intend to return fully armed to exact revenge. The rebels have moved away their heavy artillery to the outlying areas around the city of Allison and are said to be ready to destroy the lucrative mining installations in the area. Okay, so fan the flames of war. Excellent. Offers have been made to help locate the assassin responsible and bring him or her or it to justice at the earliest possible opportunity. Excellent. So there's a galactic-wide search for me. Awesome stuff. Okay, so I'm in big trouble now. Random intergalactic gossips. The Rasts are not doing well. Katia had a nasty accident caused by an unfriendly local dictator during her vacation. And now Dentara has been vaporised by a low-life assassin whilst heading for democracy to try and sort out a deal for peace. I'm a low-life. Excellent. Valhalla may be a happy hunting ground, but there are a lot of seriously unhappy people out there just at the moment. The surviving members of the freedom fighters have gone on the warpath and they're out there thinking of ways to get even with whoever it was that nailed their leader. Trouble is, there are quite a few contenders. Anyone in the galaxy with a Falcon attack fighter? Do we know anybody who's got a Falcon attack fighter? Could have carried out the hit, and any one of about 3 powers or a certain planetary ex-dictatorship could have offered them the dosh. Or maybe somebody just wanted to get their grubby paws on the tantalising tantalum. Tantalising tantalum. Ahead of the field. In any event, the good guys have brains, and they went on out to the tantalum mines with a big box of bangers and offered them to blow all the bits if nobody helped them fight the bad guys. The result? The FSS, who are they? Federal Security Service, presumably, and the Imperial Palace Guard went through their computers and next to no time dug out the info. Here we go. Wagar. In a Falcon attack fighter number TY198. Go get them, people. There's a whole lot of goodies ready for whoever hooks this fish. Oh dear. Good job, my ship is camouflaged, quite right. Now, the fact that I've just literally docked in the space station with a very conspicuous Falcon attack Eagle with registration number TY198 doesn't appear to have raised any suspicion at all. So here I am just cautiously reading the newspapers from the bridge of my ship, which just happens to be a Falcon attack fighter, registration TY198. Nobody's batted an eyelid. Dentara Rast. leader of the freedom fighters, has been killed while in transit to the neighbouring planet of democracy. In an attack classic of its kind, I've done a classic attack, excellent. A single ship fitting the description of a fighter penetrated the planet's waning security cordon. No, he just docked about 6 hours before and hung around on the launch pad and destroyed the ship carrying Rast to the next round of peace negotiations. All VLA members plus their compatriots in the political wing of the Freedom Party are demanding the arrest and trial of the deposed dictator, Augustus Check-in. It's the price of their return. Okay, so that one at least isn't basically going to say kill me. But that's cool. So what else? Universal Scientist is still talking about the Thyroids, as you would expect. And I didn't get done for loitering either. No, that's good. Now, I suppose I could invest in the new license plate. So is it a good idea to sell my ship? No, I mean, well, this is a good point. Despite the fact we can't find out what the Imperials are saying about us, because we can't buy a newspaper. We've got to find out what do the Imperials say? It's important. Augustus Check-in sounds like a Caesar salad. Somehow, I suspect this ship that I'm now flying may be a little bit of a liability. Parked as it is with its number plate on display. Now, what I want to be able to do at this point is scrub the number plate and quickly change the numbers on the side, because they are a little bit of a giveaway, aren't they? However, it appears I can fly around with impunity inside the system. It's no trouble at all. Let's go back out to Saturn, because I do want to see if we can. Well, that's nice. Look, it's actually mapped Titan's orbit at an inclination to the other ones, or Hyperion rather, at an inclination to the other. That's quite nice. Didn't know it did that. Nice. Let's go to Titan City. Let's just see if I go into the police. Yeah, I'm just gonna wander up to the police station. We have no business with you at the moment. Yeah, but I'm the assassin. No, that's fine. You haven't been loitering. It's okay. Carry on.
Welcome to the Federal
Carry on.
Okay.
We just got to find out. Yeah. Add an extra line on the wire, make it an X. The thing is, if you change your ship, won't the article change too? I don't know. That's a very good question. It's a very good question. But anyway, let's all I want is a copy of the Imperial Herald. It's not too much to ask, surely. Get my paintbrush out and change it. So now I'm kind of the galaxy's #1 criminal, I think. Not only am I a celestial warrior, I am the most wanted person. Now it is the 10th of February. Okay, so the next mission should be turning up. But can we... Oh.
Commander, the Federation welcomes you to a free system. Good trading.
Excellent. So not a problem being the world's most wanted. I want to buy a copy of the... Yes, there it is! I can buy the newspaper at last. We have achieved the most difficult thing we have attempted today, which is to buy a newspaper. There we go. Thank you. Right, what does the Empire say about all this? The Imperial Herald. Right. Okay, His Excellency, the Dove of War, interesting, and the Hawk of Peace, has ordered the pilots of the 7th Far Systems Protectorate to converge on the system to Tiliala, and has given them full permission to use whatever force their commanders deem necessary to stop the civil war currently raging on the planet of Valhalla, which is slightly my fault. His Excellency is most disturbed by the news that terrorist insurgents are destabilising a previously secure government. However, having heard full representation from terrorist leaders, a number of civilian diplomats, Terrorists have been given assurance that there will be no unnecessary bombardment of civilians. No unnecessary bombardment. I think the key word there is unnecessary. And if Imperial assistance is forthcoming, they will gratefully accept His Majesty's offer to join the Empire as an Imperial colony. With this in mind, Okay, so Emperor concerned over possible civil war. So actually, it appears that only the random intergalactic gossip is the one that's actually named and shamed us. Wagar in the Falcon attack fighter number TY198, and the Federation has also. Did they name us? No, basically sort of mentioned us in passing. And the Imperials haven't mentioned us. The Frontier News did basically say.
Here's what I found on the internet.
It's just my phone has responded to something I said. No, go away. No requirement for artificial intelligence at this time. Thank you. Computers. Okay, so actually it's only, oddly enough, which does mean that you have to read all the newspapers. It's random intergalactic gossip that's named and shamed us. So here's my subscription. Make it out to what's your name, sir? Oh, it's Wagar. What ship are you, Richard? TY198. Is that a Falcon attack fighter by any chance? So yes, it happens to be. Do you know that? Now, I happen to know that you don't. Well, actually, the newspaper articles only run for a few years, so tabloids print the truth. You see, that's what it is. Yeah, let's say the unvarnished truth. Right. So we're now okay. So here we are with. Have I just incurred another fine because using? No.
If you need help crossing the road, try somewhere else. We're not into charity.
What? Right. Anyway, so we're in the Federation. Right now, let's now let me just see on my little bit of cheat sheet about these missions. Now the next one, next formal mission, should be on Imperial Navy or Federal Navy bulletin board. So let's have a look in here because it is February.
Welcome. This is the relay link of the Federation.
And we're trying to find out assassinate a scientist. So let's have a look in the newspaper again. So this is the problem I have with this part of the game, is it hasn't come up yet. Oh, hang on a minute. Or is this the guy? Yeah, this is the guy. Okay, so let's just read through this article. This is important. So this is where you've got to pay attention to the newspapers in this game, because this is how you get a notification that there's a mission coming. It's not very easy to make the links unless you know it's there. And I'll ask you. So you can see the essence of the gameplay was good here, but it's really hard to spot. I mean, I wouldn't be spotting that there was a mission opportunity coming up unless I already knew. And somebody else has done all the work for me. So the first time you play this, it would be really, really quite tricky to figure out that you had to respond to a mission, because it's not entirely clear. You did have to, kind of work with it and understand it. Anyway, so last few articles we've presented an entirely novel viewpoint that of an intelligent, sensitive, and highly ethical species of supremely advanced technological and moral development. Okay, so that's just talking about the Thyroid. A race that's probably averse to war but prepared to kill when provoked. They could almost certainly have won in the long run, but the war continued for another 5 or 6 decades. They had begun ammoniating the atmospheres in the same way as we oxygenated the atmosphere on New Africa, Veliers. They could have wiped out the human colonies in a couple of decades. Instead, they vanished. In the space of 6 months, the Thyroid terror, sound like Yemeks, the Thyroids. The Thyroid terror was reduced to nothing, and INRA pilots were claiming their unlikely victory. So did they walk away or were they pushed? All our evidence suggests that they may well have left of their own accord, but if so, why did it take them so long to go? One suggestion proposed by Dr. Innitu of Alyov suggests that the war was indeed won by INRA. Okay. Okay, not by the pilots, but by military research arm. Dr. Inutu is due to deliver a paper at the Alien Races Convention at Fort Grant on New Caledonia. Beta Hydri. Okay, early next month, and this journal will carry full details in the next issue. In the meantime, we live with a sense of wonder and loss, a certain bitterness at the short-sighted stupidity of our political leaders. Well, I think we can all subscribe to that. So, that is a clue, I believe, to that there should be a mission to do with Dr. Inutu somewhere. But not here, it would seem. These look like the normal ones. To take a small package. No, so there's nothing federal. I believe it sits under the Federal Imperial Missions. So we're not getting them here. So now that we've got our Imperial subscription, let's head back to the Empire. And see if we can pick up this mission, which is the next one that we need, if that makes sense. All the while flying a highly visible and notorious spaceship. Right, so hyperspace. We need to have a system selected. Well, let's go to the Beta Hydri system. Oh, we can't. Let's go there then instead. And then down to... Oh, can we get to Aknar? Not quite. Let's go to there then. And then go to there. Oh, the undercarriage is down. It might be damaged by micrometeorites, which of course micrometeorites, as Stephen Usher just warned me. I don't think that does ever get, does anybody know, does it ever get damaged by micrometeorites? Because it's like one of those vague warnings. This might happen, but probably doesn't because we didn't code it. So, yes, anyway, the undercarriage is back up now. Although it's warning me that it's still down, which it isn't. That's a bit disconcerting. What it does appear to do, it pops the last message up, whatever's in the log. It's a bit disconcerting because the last message is usually the one you've just dealt with, and so when it pops up again you think, I'm sure I've just done that. Right, so let's go to Capitol because it's the seat of the Empire, where important Imperial stuff happens. Now look, you see, I've clicked on the autopilot. It's the autopilot seems to fire up the last message, which is a bit disconcerting when you've literally just done the thing. Right, the new issues are Universal Scientists. Okay, so hopefully that mission is still available. No birds in space. No, I've got the windows closed today, freaky deaky, so there are no birds at the moment. I generally at this time of year it's usually the windows closed, but because it's too cool. But in the afternoon sometimes it gets a bit warmer. And I have the window open, and then the space birds appear, or at least the sound of the space birds appear. So anyway, here I am in the middle of Akanar, flying the most wanted ship in the galaxy. Nobody's paying the slightest bit of attention to me at the moment, so yeah, it doesn't appear so far that this ship has become a liability. You thought it would have been arrested on sight, but apparently not. Oh, smuggling illegal goods is not permitted here. Illegal goods was that? Oh no, I forgot to eject the radioactives again. Oops, sorry.
Welcome, Commander.
I'll pay the fine. It's a fair cop. Right. Okay. Now this is where I think the mission is.
We
Okay. Imperial
guarantee
Navy.
prompt service.
So right. Apart from that, it isn't. Okay. So just deliver some requisition documents. I wonder if there's a prerequisite to all the missions then. It doesn't seem to imply that there is. According to the guide I'm reading, it's that basically that article there. Maybe I need to read the article again. So universal scientist. Okay, so maybe I've missed it. That might be it. Okay. I think one of the missions here, I've possibly missed it, is to assassinate Dr. Inutu before he gives his speech, or maybe he has to give his speech and then yeah, because basically this guy is getting a bit too close, because we all know now, of course, in the Universe Elite Dangerous, that INRA was behind the destruction of the Thargoids, but at this point in history that hasn't happened yet. So and so people are speculating on why did the Thargoids suddenly disappear. And this guy, Dr. Inutu, is basically, he's making very, very good guesses as to what's going on, and the Federation of the Empire is getting a bit, stop researching this, subtly hint. So anyway, Dr. Inutu today gave the keynote address to the Alien Races Convention held on New Caledonia, claiming to be in possession of documents that detail the genetic engineering of a mycoid with anti-plastic properties. Thargoid hyperdrives have long been known to contain heavy plastics containing long-chain polymers entirely unlike anything in human-designed drives, and the claim is that INRA deliberately developed a virulent infective agent specifically tailored to infect only the Thargoid technology. Those pesky INRA types. The hypothesis suggests that the INRA mycoid was capable of selectively disabling the Thargoid hyperdrives and rendering long-distance travel impossible. Inutu claims to have proof that the Velier system served as a forward base for the Thargoids equivalent to one of our outer frontier worlds, and that their home system of the Thargoids, was several thousand light years distant. Okay, well, that's interesting. In this case, the absence of hyperdrive capabilities would effectively confine the Thargoids to their home systems. If Inutu's claim is fact, then the Thargoids did not leave of their own accord, and the only thing preventing their return is the continuing virulence of the mycoid. Logic suggests that as soon as the Thargoids develop the technology to engineer an antidote or a vaccine, they will be able to return. Perhaps this time we should ask questions first and save the shooting for later. That's a really good suggestion. Okay, Federal Times. Right, okay, so now the Federal Times is naming us. Okay, so the colonial federal fleet is still in position around the war-torn system of Tiliala. Negotiators on all sides were hopeful that a break in the deadlock could be found in spite of the recent death of Dentara Rast, the charismatic VLA leader. Oh no, she was charismatic as well. At the hands of paid assassin Wagar. New leaders of the Valhallian Liberation Army are effectively insisting that they be handed the head of the assassin on a plate. Steady on, chaps. As a precondition to their return to the talks, and the mood on the ground here in Valhalla is such that they are likely to get what they ask for. Oh dear. I hope my hat will still be in position on top of my head, which is then on top of a platter, because otherwise that's just wrong, right? So if that space cowboy in Elite Dangerous actually is me, this might be why. Rast gain the respect of all those involved in the negotiations. Oh no, we assassinated a good person. And her death has been seen as a personal tragedy as well as a political disaster by many of those involved. Oh dear. Had the VLA not demanded justice, it's likely that the tripartite negotiation would have brought their own pressure to bear on the respective governments. This is, to our knowledge, the first time in legal history that the individual has been sought for the same crime in all three police authorities. So I'm actually making history. Yay! Oh, now, dog alert. That's sorry, they've come to get me. I'm gonna have to go, guys. See ya. Ready, kitty. Literally just turned up my door. Is this the home of Mr. Wagar? Yes. Does he have a spaceship? Registration TY198. If possibly. Ah dear. Please dog. Yeah, I'll never take me alive. The last known ID of the assassin is Wagar, travelling in a Falcon attack fighter bearing identification TY198. An FSS fugitive file has been opened And federal authorities on all stations are reminded that to harbour a known fugitive carries maximum penalties for the system in question. Ignorance is not considered a valid defence. So, and yet, here we are. Oh, we're in Achenar now. So, what does the Empire make of all this? I read about you in the only other copy of the newspaper. Fortunately, it's really hard to get hold of a copy of the newspaper, so the vast majority of people in the galaxy will be going, why isn't there any news? It's really, really hard to get hold of a copy of a newspaper. You know, if there was an assassin flying around, I mean, yeah, we would be told, surely. But we can't get hold of a newspaper, so maybe there's just no news going on in the universe. Oh, hang on a minute. Things are hotting up here too, right. In an unprecedented display of generosity for which he is famous, His Excellency Hengist Duval, defender of the oppressed and the sword of justice, has offered a reward of 50,000 credits for any information leading to the arrest or apprehension, dead or alive, of the fugitive Wagar. Commander responsible for the assassination of Valhara's chief negotiator, Dentara Rast. Wagar is known to be flying a Falcon attack fighter of type TY-198 and was last seen in the 1-4. Was last seen in the 1-4. That's where I was. Any Imperial citizen making an arrest will be granted honours by His Excellency in accordance with their rank and status, and anyone providing accurate information of a recent sighting will have their provenance review brought forward to the next meeting of the local civil council. All citizens are reminded that it's treason to harbour a fugitive, and failure to report any sightings will be similarly adjudged. It is the belief of the Imperial High Luminaries in place of the system of Tiliala that as soon as the fugitive has been apprehended, the negotiations will continue and that the civil war will be brought to a close. Okay. So, I guess I'm in a bit of I'm in a spot of bother, my friends, as a result of this mission. However, oddly enough, my ship is parked here quite happily. It clearly is a Falcon attack fighter. It's the camouflage. This is obviously what it is. Okay, this camouflage is supremely effective, because here we are parked quite happily with our registration plate, plainly emblazoned on the side of the ship, in Achenar. Although interesting enough, look, our legal status is still clean, so the game is not quite accurate, is it? And yet here we are. And so if I go and talk to the police, as you do, hello.
Don't take any risks, Commander.
Don't take any risks. Well, yeah, with the police of half the galaxy after me, don't take any risks. Is that your best advice, Mr. Wojtov? I'll get myself in. No. Just don't take any risks. Okay. I won't take any risks.
Come on in, take a look around. Ask the fitters if there's anything
They seem pretty relaxed, don't they? I mean, having a criminal aboard their space station. Alas. Right, so Frontier News. Right, okay, so more. Right. Okay, it gets worse. New joint leaders of the Valhallian Liberation Army have issued a statement calling for the immediate arrest and imprisonment of Wagar, the commander believed to be responsible. Or at least these guys are not assuming it's me. Commander believed to be responsible for the assassination of the late leader Dentara Rast. The demand is the minimum precondition to their return to the negotiating table, and as such is being taken seriously by the diplomatic team. Tasker Scotch, leader of the Independent Alliance representative on the team, has gone on the record saying that if it's what it takes, we will turn the galaxy inside out. Interpol have begun a full data search of their records and have issued an all-points bulletin for identification of the commander in question. A reward of 50,000 credits is awarded for information leading to the apprehension of Wagar, and sources close to the terrorist investigation team confirm the AOD, alive or dead status of the bulletin. In the meantime, the Federal Colonial Fleet and the Imperial Seventh Protectorate are hovering in the wings waiting to take advantage of the situation. Well, I think I'm in trouble. It's all gone very badly today. But no, there's no sign of the mission.
Greetings from the Imperial High Command.
So there we go. But So I'm just going to keep flying about and see if somebody can apprehend me, because, hey, why not? I can collect 50. Oh yeah, I was going to say maybe I could kill myself. Oddly enough, the legal status is clean. I don't understand why that would be. But again, I'm not sure how to trigger this next mission. So I don't know. Let's go back to federal space, and let's give the game an opportunity to try and kill us. See what happens. So I'm just going to depart. So what a launch request? What's your ship ID? It's TY198. You're not a Falcon attack fighter, by any chance? Yes, that's quite right. Yes, that's absolutely fine. you launch. It's not an issue. What's your surname again? Yeah. It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, really? Is my elite ranking high enough? No, probably not. I don't know. What's it supposed to be? According to my log here, it's not. It says there aren't any prerequisites for this mission, but it does have a question mark next to that. So maybe I don't have the ranking. I don't know. Let's give it another chance. I'm quite keen to see if I do get attacked, actually. It would be quite cool if I did. Undercarriage. Let's go back to Sol. So I should be a fairly well-known personage in the Sol system by now. One would hope. I haven't quite got there yet. Was that out of range? Let's go to lips on the that. I'm going to go back to Sol because why wouldn't you? When you're the galaxy's most wanted. Right, so that should give me plenty of opportunity to be ambushed by any would-be bounty hunters, surely. I will save at this point just in case something bad happens. I'm going to call that wanted. Dear. Right, let's set course for Earth. Because we're very reckless. I'm going to see if I can get to the heart of the Federation as the galaxy's most wanted fugitive. Basically, I'm now saying to the game, okay, so we know this game is evil, we know this game is tough, and we know this game is hard, but I'm basically saying, bring it. I'm flying into the core of the Federation, going to Earth orbit as the most wanted criminal in the entire galaxy at this point in time. In my ship, undisguised. What does the game do? Do your worst. Come on, Frontier First Encounters. Do your worst. I from hell's heart, I spit at thee. I'll chase you round perdition's flame. And stuff. I spit my last breath at you. Hiding in plain sight, that's exactly what I'm doing. Right, let's go for full time acceleration. Here we go. Is the game going to do anything? Or is it just going to go, no, that's what we want you to think, Mr. Wagar? It's not going to do anything, is it? So I'm flying with complete impunity. Straight to Abraham Lincoln Space Station in a wanted vessel as the galaxy's worst criminal. Is it okay if I dock? That's absolutely fine. Oh, apparently we're a bit concerned that you're smuggling illegal goods. So here's a fine. You know what? That's a fair cop.
Don't stay.
Dear. Sorry, officer. I didn't mean to be smuggling. Turns out the hardest part of the game is trying to get the game to recognise your existence. It's like, I'm flying a wanted ship. I'm the galaxy's most wanted. And there's not even a reference check when docking. Surely you would expect the game to, as you approach the docking bay, hang on a minute, that ship's on the wanted list. Police, go get him. So not entirely consistent, I think, is my response to how that works. So let's see.
Hi, are you the one
hello.
looking for teasel furs? We're still out of stock.
Oh, darn. I was just going to buy some too. What was I doing? Brain has faded. Oh yes, we want to have a look for whether or not this mission appears on the bulletin board. Oh, hello. Bounty offered for the assassination of the Valhallan Liberation Army leader Dentara Rast. Offered information leading to the rest of the destruction of Wagar. So, this is quite cool. I have actually skipped well, one mission we haven't been able to find, and there was another mission that I've missed as well in February, which we know it's just a delivery mission really, but of some hitchhikers. This is basically the next mission, one of the next missions, which is a mission to assassinate yourself. Okay, so I don't know here. I think this is a good place to save, right? Because I'm not quite sure what the game is going to do now, given that I am the assassin. So,
Welcome to the Federal Relay. Feel free to browse anywhere.
Quite sure you can kill Commander Wagar. All you need to do is just I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out what happens. Well. Oh, I didn't get to see what it said. What did it say? I was laughing so much. What did it say? What did it say? Oh, I'm going to go back and do that again. What did it say? It basically said, well, thank you, Commander. That saved us a lot of trouble. You're under arrest. Your court-martial took place in your absence and you were found guilty of crimes against the continued peace of the galaxy. Predictable, if unfortunate from your point of view. Goodbye. So that's a mission that I can't take. At least the game's got a sense of humour. The funny thing is, the stupid thing is, really, is that
Welcome to the Federal Relay. Feel free to browse anywhere.
I'm assuming I'm here in the spaceport somewhere. I'm just wandering around. That's absolutely fine. But if I actually try and accept the mission, nobody's paying any attention. I'm still free to go. Ah dear. So anyway, that is the next mission. Okay. We have missed a couple of missions, but never mind. That was good. I'm just reading my notes here on that mission. It basically says, following the unfortunate demise of Dentara Rast, the big powers put out a contract on the assassin responsible in order to persuade them to return to peace talks. Tactics are exactly the same as for the Rast contract. So presumably, if I don't pick up the mission to kill Dentara Rast, then somebody else does. And doing this mission may enhance your standing with the major authorities. Okay, so you would have been able to go and kill the killer of Dentara Rast, because it says here in the note, slightly tongue-in-cheek, in case you are the assassin of Dentara Rast and are trying to work out the logistics of killing yourself while still being in the position to receive your award, you should note that the authorities are not stupid. They do notice what you do. That was good. So we don't click on that button, okay? Otherwise, my head will end up on a platter. So presumably now I've just got to avoid being caught, and hopefully it all goes away after a while. I don't know. A freaking Duke Dude's got to go. Catch the rest on the YouTube rerun. No problem. Take care, guys. They noticed because they've got copies of the unavailable newspapers. That must be it. So I'm just going to chill and read my newspapers. So that's the Emperor offering a award. I don't think we've got a new one yet, have we? Federation offering a reward, and then there's actually a mission for me, which is quite funny. Galnet News: 1 million bounty on Commander Drew for assassination of Dentara Rast back in 3251. Yes, that's right. That's why that Space Cowboy's there in Dangerous Alpha right now. Must be. Anyway, right. So our next mission does not appear until about June, apparently. So where are we now? We're in March. So we've got to evade capture for a few months now. So let's go back and do some. I want to see if the game is actually going to ambush me, because it would be cool if it sends something after me, which is at least related to my crime. And I want to know if it does. So I'm going to go back to Akanar just at the end of the stream here and just give the game a chance to try and actually kill me, because so far it hasn't tried very hard. It's just letting me go. Which does strike me as a bit odd. Let's put the undercarriage up this time because we're good at that. There we go. Right, so off we go. Oh, there's a new issue of the newspapers, so that's good. Let's go to Bequest, because we can pick up some, and there are pirates in that area because we've been caught by them before. Biggs's Hollow. Oh, hang on. Biggs's Hollow is the planet. I don't want to go to the planet. I want to go to the space station in orbit around the planet. Let's go to Dickens Base. Let's save the game there because I am the galaxy's most wanted. I feel quite proud of that accolade, actually. Off we go. Oh, look, I've just noticed that. Look, that blue light there, little triangle thing, lights up. If I switch the auto... Look, it lights up when you switch the autopilot on. I've noticed that before. Look at that, off and on. There you go, that's on and off and on. So that actually does... What do the other two mean? Does anybody know? So blue rather, is the autopilot light. There's an autopilot light on the dashboard. I quite like that. That's a good thing. Oh, we're under attack. Excellent. Whoa, and actually under proper attack. Got two ships. Take that. No, I can't see anything. I am the galaxy's most wanted. They didn't stand a chance. A red light is a warning. Okay. That was good. Okay, so back on autopilot. Well, people were coming after us. A green light is undercarriage, is it? Or no obvious reason. Have Sassia go assassinate Drew Wagar. That would be quite a good story, wouldn't it? Drew Wagar does exist, of course, in the Elite Dangerous universe. He's a pilot. Alright, so here I am approaching Dickens Base in my wanted ship. Welcome aboard, not a problem, sir. Oh, reject the radioactives. I think I'm okay here. I think I can sell them. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's okay here. So I need 1 ton there. What do we buy here? It was slaves, wasn't it? So let's take a whole bunch of slaves into Achenar. Okay, that's fine. I'm still wanted. And we'll do a little bit of passing the time just to get us to the point. So next week we'll pick up hopefully the next mission. So let's just go back to Achenar. And then we'll fast forward time again a little bit. And see if we can generate the next mission. So that was quite funny. Assassinate yourself. That'll be the last thing they'll be expecting. Okay, Sapphire's clipped it. Brilliant. Well done, Sapphire. that dastardly Wagar. There's Achenar 6D. There's Capital. Been here before. We know our way around the Empire. Ooh. There's Fort Donald. Right, we're going to the heart of the Empire now. Let's see if the Imperials can do any better. The Federation allowed us to dock with no problems at all. Will the Empire let us in? Off we go. Are there any patrol ships out here looking for the galaxy's most wanted fugitive, or not? Clearly, something keeps exploding. I don't know what that is. Oh, actually, let's pause at a moment because I'm going to dump those radioactives. There we go. Haha. No, it appears not. I wonder if we ran over something. I don't know. I didn't see anything. Maybe we hit something at super speeds, but I don't know. It appears that the Empire is entirely relaxed about us flying around in the Achenar system. They still have clearance. So actually, it appears that the Federation and the Empire are paying lip service to that. There is no issue at all docking anywhere in space at all.
Greetings from the Imperial High Command. We welcome you to our station.
Mr. Galactic Fugitive.
Welcome, Commander. The Empire.
Yeah. Right. Is anybody wanting slaves today? No. Oh, that's a shame.
Come on
Never mind. Let's sell our slaves. Right, we made a bit of cash. That's good. Right, so it's now April. So let's just go sit outside for a bit. Maybe the game will do something if we sit outside. I don't know. Let's set that speed down to 0. So put the other garage up. Otherwise, things will get upset. And so we can speed up things. And when's the next mission? We're not going to get it today, I'm afraid. June 3250. 3251, sorry. So we need to get to June. So I'm just going to fast forward time to June. I should have put a warning at the beginning of the stream. There may be flashing lights and fast movement. Oh, there's a new newspaper available. Maybe we should go back and check the newspapers. Let's do that. Docking clearance. Yeah. Apart from the docking isn't docking. There we go. Dock with that. Yeah, I know. How do I make it dock? There we go. Let's go and read the newspapers. See, has it calmed down a bit? Imagine everybody's being centrifuged on the space station. Stop the Star Driver! Right, so what's going on here? Is anything that's right? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hello. It's Imperial Highness Crown Prince Harold. Is said to be shocked but stable following a close encounter with an Exian polar bear. Okay, so that's just a bit of flavoury stuff. Okay, they've maintained peace. Oh, hello. Okay. 2 pilots of the 2nd Squadron, the Internal Protectorate, are to receive medal honours at the next quarterly visitation of His Imperial Highness, following the detection and destruction of the assassin Wagar. Hello. I think I may still be alive. What's going on? Okay. Terrorists of unknown affiliation yesterday destroyed a passenger ship flying the shuttle between Beta Hydra and Alioth. Da-di-da-di-da. Okay, so somebody else is being killed. Fully armed passengers. That's not mentioning anything about us. But according to the Empire, we've been assassinated. Yet another ship blew to pieces after launching from the notorious troubled black spot of Fort Grant on New Caledonia, Beta Hydra. Movements of an assassination attempt have been laughed off by the Fort Grant Starport authorities, who are quoted as saying, "The serial killer is as tight as a gnat's nostrils." No one could get a ship near this place without us knowing about it. So someone's been... Oh, hang on there. Here's the guy. This is the guy we were potentially going to assassinate. The rock star Tuppenny Whistle and her band, the Fokies, were all sadly killed. And who says it wasn't an assassination attempt, Ed? As was the mad, Thargoid-loving scientist from Alioth, Dr. Joreb Enutu. He was a guy we were potentially going to be killing as well. Okay, so Init Aludi, as he was affectionately known, is a good friend to those of us writing for the Zeni readership. He had been a figure of fun, providing hours of happy laughter and lengthy reams of copy. He will be sadly missed. Okay, so Dr. Joreb Enutu, Professor of Alien Studies at the Gandhi Institute, was assassinated earlier this month when the ship in which the professor was travelling was shot down. Okay, so somebody who may have been getting too close to the truth about the Thargoids has just been assassinated. Okay, nothing about us. So we appear to have dropped off the radar, and it appears that the Empire... Okay, the Universal Scientists is still talking about the Thargoids, unsurprisingly. It appears the Empire is claiming that we have been killed. Ooh. Following the detection and destruction of the assassin Wagar. So we're now dead. Okay. Bum bum bum. Well, that seems like quite a good way to finish the stream, actually. Somebody, it's lies, it's all lies. Conspiracy. Tuppenny Whistle. The dastardly Wagar disappeared without a trace. No one could possibly know where he is. He must be dead. Go back to Sol and see if the mission is still there. It was, yes, I was going to say, it probably isn't. It was all a dream. So no, I've survived being...
Enter.
I've survived being...
Imperial space.
Welcome to the...
I've survived it. It wasn't all that difficult, oddly enough. None of the missions are there. Boom! Right, well, onwards then. You got the mission from the Imps. It's a cover-up. So, like I said, rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. I just end up outside a Sidewinder on some forgotten moon in about 50 years' time wearing a cowboy hat. It all goes downhill from here. Is basically what the answer to that is. Right, let's save it there. That was actually quite funny today. That was quite good. I enjoyed that. It was a bit better than last week, where it was getting quite tedious. Although the hardest thing, I think, still in the entire gameplay of the last couple of hours was trying to find a copy of the Imperial Herald. Ah, dear. So there we go. Anyway, thank you, my friends. It's been a blast. It has, particularly for poor Dentara Rast, who sounds like she was a really, really nice person, and we assassinated her and then perpetuated the civil war, became the galaxy's most wanted, tried to buy a newspaper, dared the game to kill us with the full force of its fury, flying around as the galaxy's most wanted, upon which it did absolutely virtually nothing at all, and then the Imperials claim credit for getting rid of us anyway. So there we go. And in tonight's exciting episode, so there we go. Anyway, that's as far as we've got. So have to say, I am. This game is shockingly bad in some places, but it is very, very funny to play, particularly with an audience that's sort of laughing along beside me. It is quite amusing. As a story, so it's quite good. Anyway, there we go. Right, I'll see you on Monday, my friends. Have a great weekend. You look after yourself. Take care. Be good. Look after yourselves as ever, and we'll be back on Monday for more sci-fi shenanigans and discussions on stuff. Topic to be arranged, but obviously being a part of the Twitch stream, it will be incredibly professional. Very, very minimal waffle, and of course, if you believe that, you will believe anything, including anything printed by the Imperial Herald. So take it easy, my friends. See you soon, and have a good one. Be good now. Bye bye.